the coordinator, Niger Delta People's Salvation Front. Founded, yes.
Niger Delta People's Salvation Front. Okay.
Founded by Alhaji Mujahi Dokubo Asari.
Okay.
The Edia Bali one of Kalabari Kingdom.
Okay. So, what is the purpose of the group still, or rather, let me rephrase. I was here last week. I saw you guys, gyrating, some with white, and later you guys went to Unity Fountain. But yesterday, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was sworn in as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, why are the Niger Delta still having this protest, rally, or singing, or whatever we call it?
Yes, first of all, congratulations to Nigeria that we have a new president, a new administration that will chart a new course for the nation. Having said that, the Niger Delta Salvation Front came out because first, the reason was that after elections, those that are agreed were directed by the law as it's supposed to be to go to the courts, and the tribunals are going on. But from the creeks we noticed that there are certain persons that have been misguided by sentiments and emotions that are judging coming from the elections, the general elections, and they are taking it to a point where it seems like it's threatening to the smooth running of the new government and the processes that the government have put in place to seek redress. So we found out that there are people that hide under the guise of civil demonstration and civil disobedience to begin to move to a point where they harass judges in the tribunal, where they harass people, citizens, law-abiding citizens in the tribunal center, in the courtrooms. So we have come out from the creeks to say that this country, Nigeria, is a country that belongs to everybody, and we must all live in the ambit of the law, provided by the ambit of the law. But we see people going to the extreme of agitating and harassing people in the hallowed chambers of the court. And we say, what is that supposed to mean? You have your candidate, I have my candidate. And in the sportsmanship atmosphere, if elections are conducted and concluded, INEC have announced, we can go home. But if you still feel aggrieved, the government has provided an avenue to seek redress. Why can't we allow the law to take its full course? The white men, the judges that are there, they are schools, that is their business. They will go through the evidences to prove if your case is right or wrong. They won't allow them. They've invaded the court, they've invaded encroaching the rights of other citizens of Nigeria. So we are saying, in solidarity to the president that over 200 million Nigerians gave their mandate to, we are saying that nobody should come and harass anybody. Every Nigerian has his or her right to listen to the proceedings of the court. The lawyers have a right to prosecute and bring evidences and do the needful.
Okay.
So that was why we are here. The inaugurations have been done, but we have vowed when we came out. The Niger Delta region, the creeks is far from Abuja. But when we came out, we didn't come out to just come and do a jamboree and go. We said we will be here until the tribunal is over, so that we can watch our brothers that are taking the things out of the arm's length of the law. We can call them to order to say, no, as much as you are aggrieved, we are all happy, let's build Nigeria together. That's why we are here.
Okay, now those that you are accused of, those who came to do peaceful protest, you said two things, that they invaded the court. I don't think, we have not seen people invade the court, aside the day Labour Party had internal issues where Apapa Lamidi came to court and there were altercations. And if I understand Asari, Dokubo and the group, they are for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes. So that should not concern APC, Asari, Dokubo, or, the group protesting. But again, I rephrase. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was sworn in yesterday. Yes. That means he is now the president. There are no people on the streets now. But you guys said you're going to be here till the end of the tribunal. And the tribunal is going to end in August, end of August. Yes. Does that mean that Niger Delta people will be here till end of August?
To start with, the Federal Capital Territory belongs to every Nigerian.
Yes.
And we have the rights and the freedom to move and freedom of expression.
Exactly.
And if we say we want to be in any part of Nigeria, every person can go to any part of Nigeria.
Sure.
And to correct the impression, if Labour Party has an internal dispute, they should settle it in the party secretariat and other places. But they brought it to the hallowed chambers of the court. And Apapa was harassed in the court. And we are saying at that point in time, you have desecrated the hallowed chambers of the court. Apapa can be a member of the Labour Party, but he's a free citizen of the country.
Yeah, but the fracas happened outside the court. Outside the court. But one thing, and which you've actually confirmed now, is that part of the reason you people came out was because of the fracas, between Apapa and whichever faction that was.
As at the time we are talking about these issues,
yes.
What we saw in the court premises and inside the court, there are certain level of decorum that is supposed to be observed. If Labour Party has a problem, an internal problem, like you mentioned, they should have settled it in where they provided for such settlement. But when it came into the premises of a court that is owned by every Nigerian, it sounds a threat to the proceedings of the tribunal. Okay. And we are saying that those kind of rascality should not be brought to the public. Okay. Watching your dirty linen in the public is not good because it has a ripple effect. Okay. That people can catch on, miscreants can catch on that and begin to disrupt smooth running of what government has provided.
Okay, let's come back to governance now. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been sworn in, and you are happy that he's been sworn in. You voted for him, you are happy, right?
Yes.
What do you expect him to do in the next 100 days? He started yesterday by removing fuel subsidy, and that many people are already complaining that Q has returned immediately after that announcement. So what do you expect him to do in the next 100 days?
What is happening right now, my brother, thank you for asking this question. What is happening right now is what we've seen before the elections and during the elections. The Naira crunch that we experienced and all of the gimmicks and all the things they try to put to distract the smooth running of the general elections. Bola Ahmed Tinubu said that he is going to abide by the position of the previous administration. They talked about fuel subsidy removal, and he said he is going to push on that. He did not say he is going to remove fuel subsidy. He did not give a veto or a presidential order to that effect. But again, there are Nigerians that have decided to misinterpret what the government means to the average man on the street. Already, the Buhari government administration had said that fuel subsidy will be removed. And he said he is going to stand on that. It's a continuation. Government is a continuation. Only that pronunciation, people have started creating artificial fuel scarcity. And that is a sabotage to the government. So that cannot be blamed upon the president. You understand that? It cannot be blamed on the president. We as Nigerians, at some point, there are people that are thinking that a president is anything that happens in the country is the responsibility of the solemn responsibility of the president. But they forget that government is you and I. So when we do whatever we do, the hardship and the effect, the ripple effect is it goes to the masses.
Okay.
So that is what has happened.
So how do you feel now that the fuel subsidy is now removed and nobody is angry? Nigerians have taken it in good faith. But compare that to when your brother, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, did the same thing in 2012 and everybody took to the street, which led to his downfall eventually. How do you feel about that?
That is what we are saying, to show that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a man that is driven by ideologies. As at that time, we could recall that he said the fuel subsidy should be removed, and he stood on his ground to say it should be removed. And the party said the same thing. So when he came, he said, I cannot begin to change like a chameleon.
No. But in 2012, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC were among those who actually led the campaign against Goodluck Jonathan on fuel subsidy removal, including El-Rufai.
It was the implementation. It was the implementation pattern that was the problem. It wasn't the removal, it was the implementation pattern. It's like what happened with the cash crunch. Changing of Naira currencies have always happened in this country, but the way and manner the central bank governor went about implementing it became hardship, became a situation of a sorry situation for the people. That is what we are talking about. One is to make policies, the other is to implement the policies in a way and manner that it gives little or no stress to the average man on the street. So it is the implementation that was the issue then. Now we are talking about again that he has said to us that look, you and I know to be sincere that fuel subsidy has long outlived its usefulness, because there is so much money in the hands of the cartel, in the hands of the cartel more than the masses, and the government is wasting so much money in that regard. Every government that has come has said they will remove, but the implementation process is the issue at hand. Okay. So that's what we are trying to address now.
So, but what do you expect as someone who so much believes in Tinubu and work for him? What do you expect him to do in the next 100 days?
Well, like I said, before now, he has said that he will go through some consultations before he can come out with the agendas of what he wants to do. Right now, in the circle, in the nucleus of his governance, which I am not privy to, they might have gone through the consultations before inaugurations. And we are looking at the government. We cannot not stay here and begin to set an agenda for the government. The government already knows that. Already he has shown that he has hit the ground running. So in the few minutes, a few days from now, we will hear their blueprints, and it will be a public document that we can now look at and begin to scrutinize. But if you and I stay in the streets here and say that we want to tell what is expected, then we might be misleading those that are not as privileged as we are to have the mass media to talk to. So on that level, I will say, let's still give them a day or two. Already, he has hit the ground running by saying that he will stand by fuel subsidy, and people are misleading and misunderstanding it. But again, in Nigeria, anything that is good cannot come easy. So that is what it is that we are faced with. That is it, my brother.
Thank you very much. Once more, can you remind me your name?
My name is Ekiozwaboma Daniels, the coordinator of Niger Delta People's Salvation Front, founded by Alhaji Mujahid Dokubo Asari, the Diabali one of Kalabari Kingdom.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.